buy some. Okay.
Okay.
Do you buy all?
All right. Bye. So we have I just lost. Oh, here we go. There's Mac.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone ready? We're just gonna jump into it.
Yep. Ready.
Okay. So welcome to our next edition of Algo Sports. Are you smarter than the Algo? Okay, welcome everyone. So I'm Rob Kissell. We're here with our with the premier sports journalists, Mac and Marcus. And we brought on Brock. Brock was challenged last week to see if he can beat the Algo. Okay, let's jump into last week's results. We had great results for all of us. We all beat the TV pickers on the NFL show. So that's a big win for us. What we're showing here is week 11 results. Each game showing the winning team, um, showing the predictions by the Algo, Mac and Marcus. The winning games are in blue, the losing games are in red. So let's see, we all picked the first couple of games correctly. One of the can't lose games was the Falcons. We all lost there. So, predictions, algos aren't perfect. Me being a math person, I blame it more on NFL players just don't understand the math that well or as well as they should. Otherwise, Atlanta would have won that game. Okay. Coming down, the other one that I was really sad about was the algo. Sorry, the Monday night game with the Raiders. I was hoping to be a little closer. I think the algo had about 51% chance of winning for Raiders, but you know they proved they couldn't keep up with the Cowboys. Okay, let's look at the results. So we're looking at the results two different ways. The first way is based on the number of wins. How many games did we pick correctly? Okay, Algo had 11. Mac was right there with 10, and Marcus also with 11. So Marcus tied the algo with the number of wins. The next criteria is we're computing a root mean squared error. And what this is just a measure of how close did we get to that win margin. Okay. Um, and the algo was 42.6. And Marcus just a little shy, 53.7. And this is total, not an average. So we give the edge to the algo this week. So nobody beat the algo. Let's see what we
Uh,
can do this week. And I think we're going to hear from Brock. Is Brock going to be able to beat the algo? So let's turn to this week's games. Okay, so NFL, we're up to week 12 already. The semester's flying by, the season's flying by. So what the table's showing is the home team, away team, it's giving the predictions from the algo. So for the algo, we're giving the predicted team, the win probability, and also the number of points that they should win by. Okay, so the algo is giving a margin and also the win probability. And what I do encourage everyone is compare the algo results to Vegas, to DraftKings, to FanDuel, because the algo is blowing them away. Okay. Um, Coming up, we have Marcus's picks. Marcus, I remember last week you went big. You went big in a lot of games. So when you nailed it, a lot of points there for going big. But the
yeah.
games where going big, that's what hurts you, I think, with that spread. But you got
Yeah.
to go for it. You got to go for it,
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So we have Marcus, Mack, and Brock. We have your predicted teams too. So Brock, let's start with you since you were challenged. Tell us, how did you come up with your picks?
So I've been following the algorithm, and I, like you said, comparing them to Vegas. So you have the win percentage probability, and I understand there's implied odds. So a money line, let's say a money line is -1,000, that implies there's X percentage change. So for this specifically, I just compared the win percentage with the money lines, and then the money line gives an implied probability. So just kind of confirming, like here I have the Seahawks. The algo said they have an 89.4. Is that or
Yes, yes.
89,
We rounded up to
89.5?
90. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
Vegas. I mean, all sports books are different because it's an unregulated market. So, like, it varies slightly. But The one I use is Fanatics specifically, and they have them at -1,000, so that's implied 90. So I Seahawks are my number one pick this week based on the algo, based on Vegas. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But part of finding, you can use this and kind of milk expected value out of them, which I'm sure you're familiar with, Robert. Um, but I basically how I got my picks this week was I just looked at the algo percentage probability and then see look to see if that aligned with Vegas's prediction, which it did evenly match up because that's how I got. I mean, if you look at the predicted algo and my predictions, it's the exact same. So
Exact same. Hear that? Brock isn't even going. He isn't even going on a limb one way or
yeah,
another.
it takes the emotion. It takes the emotion out of it because I've had games where you have a percentage win probability, but then you're watching the game and it's like 3rd and 12, and you cash out something, and next thing you know, the algo's still right. So I just trust the numbers. Numbers don't lie.
I'm with you there. Mac Marcus, how do you feel about that? Numbers don't lie, right?
Hey,
Yeah,
I,
numbers don't lie.
I
I
gave
I
an
agree
exam
with that.
recently, and my students are saying the numbers do lie. Their grades should be much higher, so they believe the numbers do lie. So I'm going to quote you on that, Brock, when I get back into my lecture hall next week. Numbers don't lie, kids. Okay, okay. So let's talk about a couple of the big ones. So rather than go game for game, let's pick some. So one of the games, and Marcus, I noticed you don't have the Bears shirt
Yeah, I
on today, huh?
Yep, not today. I mean, as long as Aaron Rodgers is on the other side, as he still owns the Bears pretty much, and for some reason, like the status for this game for Aaron Rodgers is still uncertain. It most likely change as it's only his left wrist. So, and the Bears are like quite phony, even though they're fun to watch. They're a phony contender, and the Steelers they still figuring it out. They still trying to get it together, and I got them winning by 14.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. And that's why I love the Algo has it pretty much a pick 'em, and you're going big again. You're going big again. When Mac has Bears by one, you think it's going to be closer, Mac, huh?
Yeah, so I'm on the opposite side of Marcus. I think the NFL is too tough of a league to win 7 games and be fraudulent for a little bit of an extent. Not to say that they won't crumble a few weeks down the line, but I think as of now, I think the Bears are the pick over the Steelers. The Steelers are finding a rhythm. They're getting hot at the right time, but Caleb Williams is not the guy you want to go against. But I do think it'll be a tight game with Steelers defense.
Okay, okay, good. And Brock, we see you with the Bears too. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Chicago. Well, I live in Chicago. I'm from Indiana, but I'm in Chicago. I mean, it's a home game. If you can't win home games, what are you really doing?
I'm a Jet fan, so I'll leave it with that, okay? Okay, well, let's go to another tight one. I'll go saying I'm slight edge to the Colts. 57%, but I see we have differing of opinions here. With Marcus again, the other side.
I can't go against Patrick Mahomes. I just can't. Like my dad was a Patriots fan. He couldn't go against the Patriots. He couldn't go against Tom Brady. I'm feeling the same way about the Chiefs. Like ever since Mahomes started his first game for the Chiefs, I cannot go against. You could not go against Mahomes ever since. So even though they're 5-5, they're in complete trouble right now. And the Colts are red hot, but it's Patrick Mahomes. I can't go against the Wizard. I can't. Magic Mahomes.
Right, right.
So my thinking on this one, obviously a little bit of Indiana bias from, I'm not sure if Brock's feeling the same way, but a little bit of Indiana bias, red hot. But after I submitted my pick for the Colts for this week, I just saw, I think that Danny Dimes is questionable going into the game. So that changes a lot of things for me. I'm not even that high on Daniel Jones, but going from a red hot offense under him and switching to someone else under center, that does raise some questions against Patrick Mahomes. But I still think the Colts are going to take it.
Good. Okay, okay. we're consistent a little more. Let's jump down to before we go to the Vikings game. And I know we're probably gonna have a lot to talk about with the Vikings, but what about that Seahawks? This is that can't lose game. 90% the Algo's saying 14 points. And wow, I'm noticing Marcus and Mac, you're going not just big, but very big, like blowout. So you think it's going to be that blowout, huh?
Yeah, I'll let Brock start us off. This is the game he was so passionate
Oh, right,
about.
right. Yeah, Brock, sorry, we
Yeah,
didn't
I
forget
mean,
about you, but go ahead.
this
Right, you said that's your number one pick.
this is my number one pick. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Plus, you got to think about the Titans. I mean, they're just struggling all in all. So I'm and Sam Darnold, he's hot. He's hot right now. Vegas has this at -1,000, which is the same odds. The Algo and Vegas are on the same page with this game. So I mean, that's a green flag. You can see right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. We have some nice attire. I think that's what we should do. Maybe I'm just pull out a helmet that we could put on for our number one pick going forward. So, Brock, if you were going to pick points, I know we didn't challenge you for points. We should have, but would you go big, big like everyone else, or a little bit closer to the algo, a little bit closer to the math?
I'd probably go closer to the math just because a hungry dog always runs faster, and that's what the Titans are. They're hungry dogs. So I mean, it depends though. It depends on how gritty they feel that day, but I'd say closer to 14, maybe 21. It'll be a 2-3 score game.
Okay, okay. Coming down that last possession to see if we're going to from 21 to 28 or a pick and going back to 14. So, okay. So let's see. Let's jump into another tight one that the Algo's picking. 53%, Saints Falcons down in New Orleans. That's point 0.8. So that's a Algo saying pick 'em. And we do have some differences here. Again, Marcus with the Saints, Mac Falcons, and Brock Saints. So, what's going to happen in this game? What are your thoughts? And why?
I think it's gonna be a tight. It's gonna be very tight, regardless of who wins. But I got the edge going to New Orleans. I mean, Michael Penix is out, but Kirk Cousins is in. I'm not sure if it's the same Kirk Cousins we watched back in Minnesota and Saints. There's rumors that they might have found their man, that quarterback, Tyler Shaw or Shu or however you pronounce his last name, Shaw, whatever. But it's pretty much equal between the two. The Falcons may have a more explosive offense, but uh, I you can't trust the Falcons, and as they're not living up to expectations. So I got the edge of the Saints.
And
I'm gonna
okay,
go with
okay.
I got the Falcons. I think they're the best bad team in the NFL right now, and with Penix going down, I think Kirk Cousins has one legacy game left in him, and this is his 400-yard game. And I mean, like Marcus said, they have one of the probably the most explosive and talented offenses in the NFL. They have the weapons, even with Drake London going out. Bijan, Pitts, Darnell Mooney. You still got some stud guys over there. And the Saints, Tyler Show has been playing great, but I don't think their defense is Swiss cheese compared to the Falcons. I don't think they can hang with them.
Okay, nice, nice. Brock?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pick 'em at the end of the day, but you got to favor the home field advantage. That's kind of my take on it. Plus, I like Chris Olave. I think he's a good weapon that has been underutilized this year. And the Falcons' defense is like, I mean, it's not the best. So I mean, it's a pick 'em at the end of the day, but I got to go with home field advantage there.
Right, right. Okay. And I'm with you on home field advantage. So a little bit about the Algo. So what is Algo Sports 23? What does it do? So Algo Sports 23 is a machine learning. It's an artificial intelligence sports prediction model. We actually have over 250 different quantitative models digging through the data, looking for trends, giving predictions, and then an AI overlay that's determining which models work best. Overall, it's uncovering trends, not just in the game performance, but trends in the model's predictive power. and we do incorporate home field advantage. It is a big factor. Um, Getting a little off topic, but I always found interesting that home field advantage. Because when we talk about, why do we have home field advantage? Maybe there's an advantage that you field a little bit better. Maybe there's an advantage because there's certain strategy you can employ. And when we think about home field advantage, wouldn't baseball have the biggest home field advantage? All the outfields are different. If I'm playing in Wrigley, if I'm playing in Fenway, if I'm playing in Houston, I know the field, I know the dimensions, I know how to position myself. You could also have players for that stadium. And baseball, you also have a different strategy. Tie game, top of the ninth inning, you're visiting team. You have to put up as many runs as you can. You don't know what can happen. Bottom of the ninth, tie game. You have a completely different strategy. It works for your advantage. You just need that one run to win. Now, why am I talking about this? Baseball has the lowest home field advantage in all professional sports, which I'm amazed about. It has a true advantage for the stadium, true advantage for strategy, lowest home field advantage. NFL, on the other hand, home field advantage is big. It's so important. I think NFL has one of the strongest home field advantage factors in all professional sports. So the statisticians say, how can we test that? So one way to test is, hey, what if we had a season without any fans? It should be equal, right? Home team, away team, overall should win the same number of games. Wouldn't it be great if we had that test scenario? But we did, didn't we? Back in 2019 with COVID, no fans at the games. And then the NFL home field advantage disappeared. It was 50-50. Okay. I think if you count Tampa Bay winning the Super Bowl, that gave one game edge to the home team, even though it really wasn't a home field. But other than that game was 50% the game's home team won, 50% the away team won. So it comes down to the fans. They talk about that as a 12th man. So, Brock, you're right on the money there. Okay. And I just wanted to work in that data part that I did that analysis, just in case people were asking about it. Okay. Did the analysis have to talk about it, right? Okay. Let's go down to the Monday night game. So I love letting my class out early so I could rush home and watch the Monday night game. Okay. So here we go. This is another big one. Algo saying 49ers, 82% they should win by 10. And we have a little differencing of opinions here. Marcus and Max, same side as the Algo. Marcus, of course you're going big. Just going to blow away that Algo. Mac, you're a little more conservative. So, what do you guys think? And then Brock, we want to hear your thoughts for the Monday game with the points.
Yeah, so my thinking with the Niners, that offense is explosive. Obviously, McCaffrey, Kittle, all the household names, and they're looking like a Super Bowl contender yet again. Maybe one of the low tier, low ended ones, but I think they still have it in them for another final shot this year, next year or two. But the Panthers, one of my favorite teams in the NFL this year, crazy amount of offensive weapons, and it looks like they're starting to get a rhythm under Bryce Young, but he's just still very inconsistent. As much as I'd love for the Panthers to win this one, I just don't think they have enough juice or consistency to get over the Niners yet.
Okay. Marcus, you're going big. Tell us.
Yeah,
Tell us
definitely.
why.
And I'm glad you said that, Robert, about home field advantage. I used to be one of those people that didn't care about home field advantage. I was more about what you put on the field than what field you play on. But really, as all these years watching football, San Francisco has always been one of the hardest places to get a win at as a visiting team. And it still is. And the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan has his team running right, operating at all cylinders, at the right motion, at the right pace. And now they're really back on track after seeing last week, after seeing Brock Purdy return and put up 41 points. And so, yeah, this offense is once again one of the most dangerous, and Bryce Young won't be able to handle himself in an environment like San Francisco. And those fans are something else. They really love their Niners. So yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Okay.
For the points, I'm gonna go just one score game. I'm gonna say they win by 7, but I'm looking here. That's what Vegas has them at -7, -350. So their probability is it's 77.78. Vegas has them. So I mean,
I
there's a
think Vegas just copies the algo with their
yeah. I mean,
probability. They changed it a little bit so it
yeah,
doesn't look like they're copying, but we come down to they're copying us.
yeah. There's a little bit of value I think that you could squeeze out of 49ers money line. About 5% value there, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the 49ers by 7. That's my pick. I'll go with Vegas on this one. Vegas and the Algo, they're on the same page, so
Okay, good, good. So I encourage everyone, put your picks in with Algo Sports on the website. Go to the NFL Algo contest, and this way we will have the results from week 12. Who beat the Algo? We're doing it by the number of wins, and then we are going to go by that mean squared error. How close are we getting in total? Okay. That's going to be the tiebreaker. Who's getting closest? I think I'm going to put the Vegas picks in here too. We still have a little time before the game starts tonight. This way we'll start rating Vegas to see how Vegas is doing. Can Vegas beat the Algo? I think that will be fun to see. Okay. We know
Definitely.
Vegas makes money, but can they beat the Algo? So it'll be fun to see. Okay, so before we go, let's talk about we don't have the pick shown for college games, but let's pick a couple college games and talk about it. Anyone have an interest? And again, the Algo has Indiana University as the #1 football team.
That's right.
Okay? Mac and I
Uh,
were talking about early. Go ahead, Mac. Talk about Indiana.
yes. So there is a game I'd like to highlight coming up. It's not exactly this week, but it is the next slate after their bye week. But the Indiana Hoosiers take on the Purdue Boilermakers, and Brock is a Purdue alum, and I just am super grateful that Indiana gets to have their first ever undefeated season at Purdue against Purdue. Probably 80-point favorites against Purdue, and I'm just really excited for that.
We're all going big in that game.
yeah, we're a basketball school.
Right, I was going to say it would also be an incredible basketball matchup. That's what
Mhm.
I still think when I hear Indiana Purdue.
Yeah. I got a college game that I like best where the Algo and Vegas are not really seeing eye to eye. So, San Jose State versus San Diego State. I believe it
Wow,
is.
you are picking games that are okay.
Yeah, so we got so they're -500 on this specific book. So that's a 83% probability. But we have San Diego State, the Algo saying they have a 97% chance to win. So there's a larger mismatch there.
Oh, that is big.
So, I mean, you got about, you can expect to make about 20% return on anything I mean, but you still have what, 2.9% chance of losing, but I mean, that's a good risk to reward.
Okay, that's a good. I'm gonna watch that game. Okay. And how about you, Marcus? You highlighted any football, any college games this weekend?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, there's two I have in mind, and so first one is Oregon and USC. Both Vegas and the Algo is pretty much on match with each other. They got Oregon favored by 10, and I guess I gotta have to go against the Algo and Vegas on this one. I'm
Oh,
got a
good.
feeling
Let's
this.
hear why.
Yeah, if I got a feeling if there was gonna be one game this weekend that's gonna most likely be the upset of this weekend and cause chaos and mess up the entire college football playoffs, is this game. Yeah, I got it. And I'll put it all bets on USC and the Trojans to upset the Ducks.
Wow. Okay. Okay. We're gonna revisit this game next week, right at the start. Let's see how we do. Okay. So that was the first one. What was the other one?
And also Oklahoma and Missouri, and that's another game that could most likely ruin the college football playoffs. I believe Oklahoma is favored by both Vegas and Algo. I forgot what the point spread was, but I I suggest for people to watch that game as well. Keep their eye on that one, as Missouri is a gritty football team. They're hardworking, they're blue collar, and they're real nasty. So I wouldn't play around with the Tigers of Missouri. And Oklahoma, like Oregon, has been slipping through. I've been slipping by their games, like dodging bullets on their way. Even though their win over Alabama was convincing, I'll still watch out. If they escape this upset, I suggest for their quarterback John Mateer to play better, but I doubt he will against this tough Missouri defense. And I'll pick Missouri for that game as well to pull off an upset.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I'm looking forward to it. So, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I actually got one more game. So mine's
Oh
an
yeah, yeah.
upset.
Let's hear. Let's hear.
I gotta get this is my upset alert for the week. I do like Marcus's reasoning for the USC win, but I think Oregon knows the stakes. I think they end up taking that one. But my upset for the week is I got Florida over Tennessee. Tennessee having a down year this year, started off real high in those rankings. They've dropped down to 20. Florida, though, they still have the talent of a top team. I mean, we saw it against just for reference, my Indiana Hoosiers taking on Penn State, and they're still a five-star team, and they almost beat us. But yeah, I think that is going to happen though when Tennessee and Florida play. I think Florida walks away with it and gets Tennessee out of the rankings for sure.
Wow. Okay, I'm rooting for that one too.
Yeah,
Okay.
San
So
Diego.
how about challenges for next week? Let's start with you, Brock. Do you have someone you want to put on the spot and challenge? Do you want to tell them ahead of time, or just we'll log them into the show and
I
really
think,
put them on the spot? That may be tough. So,
yeah, I think definitely you got to log somebody in. People on the spot. It's always good to see, how they react. Let me think. I'm trying to think of somebody that'd be good. Um, hmm. Maybe Brady Mac.
Hey, Justin said he'd do it. So
Oh,
my
yeah.
roommate and our mutual friend said he'd hop on next week.
so it's Justin. Okay,
He,
Justin's in.
yeah,
That'll
he
be
was
my challenge as well. So me and Brock will challenge the same guy.
Oh wow, wow. He's really on the spot. We're gonna highlight
double
him. He's
double
gonna
down
have to
on.
go big just to prove himself or go
Yeah,
bust.
he was at the Cowboys game this last week. He's a Raiders fan too, so
So bad year for him.
I was just gonna say, so he didn't leave happy. Okay, he may not
No,
come on the show now.
no.
I heard the tables weren't treating him well either. So
Yeah, he was in Vegas for it, and yeah, hopefully his guessing for the algo
But he
does
was
better
right there
than
with the Algo. The Algo's
yeah.
picked the Raiders too. So he's back on the show. Okay.
Yep.
Marcus, anyone in mind? Oh wait, we still have
Oh
what's
yeah, pretty much. I've been meaning to give one of my WZIP mates up here, but they're unavailable at this time, busy with other plans. But we'll try to get them on here next time, and hopefully we'll see them on here.
all right, good. Good. All right, everyone. Great stuff. Looking forward to see how everyone does after the weekend. So-
hey, I'm a size large, Robert.
Oh, that's right. We owe you a t-shirt, or we'll see next week.
We'll
You may
see if
owe
we
us
owe
a
him one.
t-shirt.
Hopefully, if the algo's right, you will be.
All right, if the algo's right, you're getting us t-shirts. Otherwise, we will send them to you. That's a promise, okay? All right, everyone. Good. All right, so that's a good wrap. So, Sesam will do the editing, and she'll send it to everyone. But this was fun. I enjoyed it. I think we kept it about half hour, maybe a little longer. I'm thinking, and
Oh,
maybe a little longer. But I know she wanted to keep it to a half hour. I think we did a pretty good job there, right?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks.
Well,
Thanks for having me, Robert. What's your plans with this algorithm? Are you trying to sell it to someone or?
oh no, no, no! Just for something like this, we're trying to build up the content for really someone who wants to do sports journalism. Mac and Marcus, we really want to create a venue, a platform, really for, um, I'd say, younger reporters, influencers to get themselves out there. I know it's been so tough to get, internships to get a start. I think too many of the traditional platforms are just you're not being creative, not hiring the way they should be. That's just stuck in their
It's
old way
hard.
that they're doing things. So hoping to create this new platform. I started because I just wanted to, well, one, I wanted to understand what Vegas was doing, and I came to the conclusion that they make stuff up. They just balance.
Yeah.
They pick the line so they can make the most money.
Yep.
I wanted to figure out how ESPN was coming up with the stuff, and then I realized ESPN is making it up too. And why? Well, the first letter is E for entertainment, not S for sports, and they create so many content shows around it, so they really have no incentive on getting it right, other than creating discussions and fun. So a lot of it's to do better. Um, we developed our Algo contest also for analytics students to really develop models, predictions to see if they can do better, and also provide, we'll talk about like the math, analytics, computer science students who want to get into the field so they can now calibrate their model each week, test it, revise, improve, and go to the next week. So, um,
How long did it take you to finish the product? Well, I mean, it's still learning as it goes, but how long did it take you
yeah,
to?
so this is a result. I started doing it probably early 2000s. Even back when college football, BCS had their 6 computer models. Twice I was invited to give a presentation to see if this model would become part of their 6. They never made any changes. And at the time, it was only one approach I had. Then I started looking at different types of quant models, found out some work better than others for different sports. Also, how the season's progressing with the team with momentum. So, you know what? I'm just going to use all of them. We're going to run each of them each week. And we put in machine learning AI overlay. And instead of trying to uncover patterns in data, well, in game results, the AI is uncovering patterns in the algo and then figuring out the correct weightings of the different models.
Yeah.
So selling it, licensing it, yes, that's down the road. We're Seth and I are talking this semester is just to have fun, see what works. We're relying on Marcus and Matt to tell us what works, what we're having the most fun with. So I know a long answer to your question. So
Yeah, when I saw on the website you have like the icons for other sports. When will you implement like tennis or basketball or
the first one is going to be basketball. We're shooting to get basketball up right after Thanksgiving. I was trying to get it before Thanksgiving. And I am, for myself, I'm a little more of a basketball fan than football fan. So first thing when you said Indiana Purdue, I'm thinking basketball matchup
yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
The next one is soccer. We keep going back and forth with soccer. Soccer is yeah. So a lot of this is getting data. Soccer, it's getting data from all of the different international leagues, and it's just we're trying to figure out the right way or have enough data points for the model to find out all these different relationships. So with the Champions League, you'll have a team in England Premier League playing a team in La Liga, playing a team in Serie A in Italy. If we would do it properly, we have this huge data set with number of teams, but a lot of it is just not enough connections. Similar to college basketball. Okay. So we just want to get that down with soccer. And we were shooting for the middle of this semester. Now we're shooting to get soccer up before the end of the semester. We're actually shooting to get the college soccer up so we could have it up and running for the NCAA tournament that's starting. I think it's this weekend. It may be starting.
Sweet.
Yeah, I don't think the Purdue guy follows college soccer, but from Indiana, yes, right?
They don't
Right.
have that.
Yeah, Purdue doesn't even have it.
Oh, you don't. There's no soccer at Purdue, huh?
Mm-mm.
No, there's only women's soccer. I think it was something like 13F, or you can only have so many sports, and they just chose to. That was one that didn't get the call. So
Okay.
Oh, and Robert, quick question. After we ended the talk about the picks, I got a notification for that we were recording. And then so I wasn't sure if you like ended it and then accidentally started a new recording or if it didn't record initially.
Oh, let me see. No, it should have. I didn't. I did the recording and I didn't even end it now, so I'm going to stop it
Okay,
now.
gotcha.